The calm before the storm, shadows of deception. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The sun sank low over Port Charles, casting a golden hue across the city. It was a deceptively tranquil evening, and the air was thick with anticipation. Inside the dimly lit bar, a group of patrons laughed and chatted, unaware of the chaos that awaited them. In the corner, a familiar figure sat nursing a drink, Sonny, the infamous mob boss. Known for his sharp wit and even sharper instincts, Sonny enjoyed his usual solitude, contemplating the weight of his past decisions. On the other side of town, Marco Dane, a ruthless rival in the criminal underworld, was finalizing his plans to take over Sonny's territory. Marco was more than just a foe, he was a man with a vendetta. The tension between the two had steadily escalated, and now it seemed that the time had come for a final showdown. That night, Sonny received a message that sent chills down his spine. Marco wanted to meet. It was an ultimatum, one where either party would emerge victorious. Sonny knew he had to confront him. It was the only way to protect his family and the empire he had built. He arrived at the abandoned warehouse on the edge of town, the moonlight casting shadowy figures around him. Sonny, Marco sneered, leaning against a rusty pillar. "I've been waiting for you." "Let's end this," Sonny replied calmly, trying to mask the tension in the air. But before words could escalate to violence, gunshots rang out. The world around them exploded into chaos, and Sonny dove for cover. When the dust settled, Marco lay lifeless on the ground, blood pooling around him. As sirens wailed in the distance, Sonny's heart raced. He hadn't fired a shot. In fact, he hadn't even seen who pulled the trigger. Panic gripped him as his instincts kicked in. A setup. He had to get out of there before the police arrived. But it was too late. Officers swarmed the scene, and as they spotted him, their guns were drawn. "Get your hands where we can see them," a cop shouted. He raised his hands, but it was too late. He was already framed. "Sonny, you are under arrest for the murder of Marco Dane," the officer said, slapping the cuffs on him. Back at the precinct, Sonny sat in a holding cell, trying to piece the events together. What had happened? Who stood to gain from framing him? The more he thought, the clearer it became. Marco had made enemies, and it was possible that someone wanted to eliminate him while pinning the blame on Sonny. But who? Meanwhile, Detective Jordan Ashford entered the station. She knew Sonny well. His reputation preceded him, but she also recognized the signs of a setup. Her instincts told her there was more at play. "Sonny, we need to talk," she said, leaning closer. "What happened tonight? I didn't kill him, Jordan." "You know that," Sonny insisted, desperate for someone to believe him. "I do. But I need proof to keep you from going down for this," she replied. "I need your help." As Sonny communicated with Jordan and shared the details of his encounter, various names surfaced. There were plenty of individuals who wanted Marco dead. Enemies from different mob families, disgruntled associates, and perhaps even someone within Sonny's own circle. This was a tangled web of deceit, and he needed to untangle it fast. Meanwhile, in the shadows, the real mastermind behind the setup watched in delight. A rival who had always envied Sonny's power and influence had orchestrated this entire charade. This individual was clever, and there were layers of deception that ran deep. Back in Port Charles, even as the investigation continued, Sonny's loved ones rallied. Carly, his wife, was unwavering in her belief in his innocence. She dug into the information she had, even contacting old friends within the underworld. "We can't let them bury you for something you didn't do," Carly declared fiercely. "You've got to fight this." Sonny.as the search for answers intensified. Jordan began to uncover suspicious financial transactions tied to Marco's dealings just before his death. "This could be our way," and she suggested to Sonny, their alliance growing stronger as they both pursued justice. Days turned into weeks, and Sonny, with the help of Carly and Jordan, pieced together a shocking revelation. Evidence began surfacing that suggested an insider's betrayal. Someone from within Sonny's own family was selling information, feeding it to Marco's associates. The moments became tense. Each phone call could be the one that revealed the traitor. Finally, when they least expected it, a tip came through, leading them to a clandestine meeting at the docks involving one of Sonny's closest confidants. The three of them, Sonny, Carly, and Jordan, approached the docks quietly, shadows blending with the night as they listened. What they uncovered sent shockwaves through Sonny. It was Jason Morgan, his longtime enforcer and best friend, assumed to be loyal to the core but caught in a mess of deception. "I did it for you, Sonny," Jason insisted, trying to explain. "There was no other way. Marco was coming after your family by setting me up," Sonny snapped, heartbroken by the betrayal. "I thought it would help." "No. You've crossed the line," Jason. Sonny interrupted, anger boiling over. You're just as bad as Marco if you think this is how we do things. Just as tempers flared, gunfire erupted from the shadows. It was Marco's associates, there to end the threat once and for all. In the commotion, Jordan managed to take down a couple of shooters, while Sonny and Jason fought back to back, old instincts kicking in. In the chaos, the true mastermind who had orchestrated everything appeared, revealing themselves as Marisol, a woman with a long-standing grudge against Sonny for a previous betrayal that had cost her family everything. As she aimed her gun, Jordan stepped in front of Sonny, saving his life but sacrificing her OWN.NO. Sonny shouted, the full weight of loss crashing down on him. Despite the chaos, the truth began to unravel before the police. It took a series of confessions from Marco's associates and an extensive investigation by Jordan's team to bring the true mastermind, Marisol, to justice. The evidence mounted against her, and slowly, they began to piece together every twisted motive that led to Sonny's framing. Sonny was exonerated, but the cost weighed heavily on his heart. Carly stayed by his side. They had weathered this storm together, but the scars of betrayal and loss would linger. Port Charles emerged from the darkness of betrayal, but Sonny had changed. He realized that trust was fragile, and the family he fought so hard to protect required more vigilance than ever. As he stood on the porch of his home, watching the sunrise, he vowed to rebuild the empire while mending the relationships that had been strained. Together, we can get through anything, Carly said, wrapping her arms around him. As the new day broke, so did a sense of resolve within Sonny.